All right, let's dive into something a little different. We're going to explore this really strange, super efficient martial art that would totally change how you see your favorite movie fights. It's called Tetsuryoku-Ryu, the art of combat engineering. So, to really wrap our heads around this thing, we're going to start with a fun little thought experiment. We're going to take its cold, hard logic and apply it to one of the biggest legends in cinema. Okay, picture this. The iconic final fight from Enter the Dragon. You know the one, the Hall of Mirrors, the incredible tension, Bruce Lee's fluid, almost dance-like moves. Now, what if we just threw all of that out and replaced it with something brutally surgical? Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got Bruce Lee's actual style, Jeet Kune Do. It's philosophical, it's beautiful, almost like ballet. But on the other side, Tetsuryoku-Ryu. It's all about rigid, geometric angles. So forget those flowing combos. Instead, you'd see these sharp 45-degree pivots designed to just shatter an opponent's balance. And then Nunchaku? Gone. Those signature high kicks? Nope. They're replaced with pure, cold, physics-driven efficiency. And the result? It's kind of crazy. The movie's runtime would literally shrink. Fights that took minutes would be over in seconds. That legendary showdown with Ohara? Yeah, that's a 4-second fight now. Han's entire lair becomes what the source material calls a kuzushi slaughterhouse. And you gotta remember that word, kuzushi. It's the Japanese term for breaking balance. That one idea is the absolute core of this entire system. So what in the world is this martial art that can turn a legend into a geometric problem solver? Let's break it down. Okay, so the official name is Tetsuryoku-Ryu, which translates to Iron Force Style. It's a modern system built for one thing, street survival. This isn't about scoring points in a tournament or looking flashy. It is all about one single core idea. Using a 45-degree angle to step off your attacker's line, get into what the system calls the dead zone, and just completely collapse their structure. And this is where it gets really interesting. It wasn't born from some ancient tradition. It's more like a modern Frankenstein's monster of lethal arts, cherry-picking the absolute best parts from other battle-tested styles. So you've got the insane body conditioning of Kyokushin Karate, the slick pivots of Aikido, the off-balancing genius of Judo and Sambo, and the total close-range control of Muay Thai. And this is the whole philosophy in a nutshell. The ground is a grave. Think about it. In a real fight, on concrete, maybe with more than one attacker, going to the ground is basically a death sentence. So Tetsuryoku-Ryu is designed to end every single fight on your feet. And fast. So how does it actually work? Well, it boils down to this simple, repeatable 3-step loop. Step 1, disrupt. You step 45 degrees off their line to break their balance. Step 2, dominate. You move into their space and use their own forward momentum against them. And step 3, finish. You end it right there with strikes or a low throw, all while staying upright. The goal, every single time, is to be done in under 5 seconds. So who's the combat engineer who came up with this whole system? The answer, well, it's probably not who you're expecting. Meet JARROD A. FREEMAN. He's an Australian entrepreneur, author, podcaster, but here's the fascinating part. He has 0 formal martial arts credentials, no belts, no competition history. He's a total outsider who looked at fighting not like a martial artist, but like an engineer solving a physics problem. And this is the real kicker. How did he organize all his ideas and structure this whole thing? He used AI tools like ChatGPT. So he took his own personal insights from training, mashed them up with principles from all those other arts, and then used modern tech to basically codify it all into this practical, stylized system. Okay, so now we know what it is and who made it. Let's put Tetsuryoku-Ryu through the ultimate test, a rapid-fire pop culture gauntlet. First up, Ghostface from the Scream movies. Forget the long, drawn-out chases and the creepy phone calls. That's all gone. This Ghostface uses those 45-degree disruptions for silent, immediate takedowns. The horror isn't about the suspense of the chase anymore. It's about this terrifying clinical efficiency. Kills are over in like 3 to 5 seconds. The whole genre just completely changes. All right, next up, Daniel LaRusso from The Karate Kid. His whole defensive wax-on, wax-off philosophy, that gets tossed out and replaced with aggressive combat engineering drills. He's not the relatable underdog winning with heart anymore. He becomes this unstoppable force, winning tournaments with instant knockouts. The entire story shifts from being relatable to, well, superhuman. And what about the master of comedic chaos himself, Jackie Chan, in Rush Hour? All those amazing improvised stunts with ladders and chairs, they're gone, replaced by pure biomechanical takedowns. Those long, hilarious fight scenes we all love are now over in less than 20 seconds. The comedy doesn't come from Jackie's brilliant chaos anymore. It comes from Chris Tucker's completely shocked reactions to his partner's surgical, terrifying dominance. Okay, we've seen how this art transforms serious action and horror. But what happens when we apply it to something a little more festive? Let's imagine one practitioner of this style against 100 of Santa's elves. Yeah, you heard me. And honestly, it's not even a fair fight. The practitioner would use the elves' own swarm tactics against them, right? Using pivots to pull one elf into the next, just creating this massive, chaotic pileup. With iron body conditioning and way better mobility, the win chance is like 99%. The elves' only hope, and I'm quoting here, is to win by sheer annoyance. But what about the big guy himself, Santa? Okay, against a heavyweight boxing Santa, the practitioner's win chance is still a solid 80%. Because they can use angles to get around those big linear punches. Against a sneaky ninja Santa, it drops to about 70%. But against a T-1000 liquid metal Santa, the win chance just plummets to 1%. And that 1% is just the probability of getting away. Turns out some problems can't be solved with physics. All right, these hypotheticals are a ton of fun, but they all point to a much deeper question, right? A question about what we really want from our stories. This single quote from the source material just nails the central trade-off. Scenes become more replayable, but less balletic. When you inject this kind of hyper-efficiency, the action becomes surgically precise. You can break it down, analyze it, replay it, but you lose the art, you lose the dance, you lose the ballet of a classic movie fight. So what's the big takeaway here? When we apply this combat engineering mindset to our stories, we get ruthless optimization. The fights are shorter, the heroes are more dominant, the threats are neutralized instantly. But in that process, we risk losing the very thing that makes these stories so compelling in the first place: the struggle, the philosophy, the art behind it all. And that leaves us with one final question to chew on. We love seeing our heroes win, right? But is there a point where winning too easily, too efficiently, just robs a story of its soul? In the stories we tell, when does efficiency stop being a good thing and actually become a flaw?